Why do people that read comics try to pretend like they know anything about comics? I don't quite understand the phenomenon. And here is a prime example right here in front of you. This is the uh, IO9 article. You had to excuse that I had to use an archive because this site runs like garbage. Well, garbage is as garbage does, as they say. So I had to use an archive to try to at least muddle through this crap. So anyway, got this headline: The X-Men's latest death highlights why Marvel's mutant metaphor can't be a substitute for representation. So here we go. Already, you got to speak the truth to power. It's going to have spoilers, but who cares at this point? It's Marvel. It's whatever. So recently, a character in the comics, Rain Sinclair, also known as Wolfsbane, was murdered in the pages of X-Men. And what had happened is that apparently she was murdered by a group of people who were basically anti-mutant. And when they found out she was a mutant, they accused her. Basically, yeah. I mean, even the archive runs like garbage. Look at this crap. Sorry. So, basically they were one of them was coming on to her, and she said no, and she told him she was a mutant, and said the men attacked her. And it says, though the comic doesn't explicitly frame the scene as a moment of transphobic violence, it's almost impossible not to read it that way, given the language and imagery it deploys. Or it's just a comic book. And it said, at first, Rain's attackers teased their friend for being attracted to a mutant, but their attention quickly turned deadly as they accused Rain of trying to trap and trick them, a bunch of normal guys, into believing that she was a, quote, normal girl. These are the kinds of things that have been said as actual trans women have been brutally attacked by almost always men in a variety of circumstances, and Rosenberg obviously knows his script invokes that fact. Y'all have gotten the whole trap thing all wrong since the beginning, so I don't understand why you think that you would get it right here. Trap has nothing to do with transgendered people. Transgender people made it about them, especially the activists. That's just the way it is. But you're not going to believe that because it doesn't fit my narrative. But it doesn't matter. And this is the part that really got me. Rain's the latest woman to die so that a male character has the motivation to go out and keep living. But the inherent queer-codedness of her death also underlines the fact that actual trans characters are largely missing from Marvel's landscape. The lack of proper trans representation, read people who identify as trans, is a problem in and of itself, but especially so in this instance because in her moment of death, we're meant to read Rain as a subtextually trans, not necessarily in terms of her self-expressed identity, but in the kind of person she's meant to represent within the story. Or she just was a mutant and she was hiding the fact that she was a mutant, and then came out as a mutant, and then she got killed because she was a mutant. Look, I know the X-Men has always been, had some allegories to civil rights movement and things of that nature, but sometimes I think it's a bit of a reach that people try to make in this situation. The nature of Rain's metamorphic powers lend themselves to the kind of queer reading as well. See, this is like, you're making stuff up. Do you know anything about Rain Sinclair? Do you know anything about Wolfsbane's character? Obviously not. Rain has always been ashamed of her mutant powers, religiously, because she's a Catholic. She feels she's been cursed by the devil. That has nothing to do, it's like she feels bad because she thinks she's been cursed by the devil with his power. So she thinks she's being punished. And there was a part, let's see if I can find it, where it was like, I was like, what are you talking about now? Yeah, here you go. But the circumstances of Rain's murder undercut that potential, and instead of draw its attention to the concerning way that violent deaths of women have become the centerpieces of Uncanny X-Men's story. People die in X-Men, and they come back. That's just how mutants work. That's how it's always worked. Mutants die, mutants come back. Wolverine died, he came back. Cyclops died, he came back. Professor X died, I think he's back, I don't know. Jean Grey has died how many times? Come on. They always do this. They always make a reference to somebody dying and then bring them back. Like I've been scrolling for 5 minutes here and trying to get down to the bottom of this page. Garbage. Garbage website. Quit being so garbage. And it said, Rosenberg, for his part, has responded to criticism on the issue in good faith and recently took to his Twitter account to express his apologies. Once again, apologizing for something he didn't do. It's just how y'all work. Just blame the writer. They don't understand, or maybe that wasn't what they were trying to convey. Do you ever think that? Maybe it was just a story about a mutant that was hiding her mutant powers. Then when she got, when somebody tried to get fresh with her and assaulted, it must have come out that she was a mutant. And then the bigots in the story, were just being bigots. That's what I don't get. These people have no idea of the history of X-Men. They don't have any idea of how writers work. And here I am defending the writing of X-Men, which is garbage. I mean, the whole, that's the thing. Most Marvel books are garbage these days, and X-Men is no exception. But now you have a situation where somebody's trying to put something on it that doesn't exist. It's like, if we want representation, we demand it. And then we don't get the kind of representation that we want it to be exactly like we want. Well, how about this? Just write your own stories. Just be done with it. Get the hell out of the way. If you don't think there's enough representation, do something about it. Don't complain about it. Just do it. Jesus. So I decided to give you that little bit of a rant. That's the best way I can express it. If you got any, if you want to talk about it, you can talk about it in the comment section below. Please give us a like and a subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we do daily live streams during the week. So if you could check us out, we would appreciate it. And once again, thanks, guys. We really appreciate everything that you've done for us as far as watching our content and all that good stuff. So, all right, guys, y'all have a good one, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.